What if I told you that on the Vatican's own site, the Pope admits flat out, you can't be a Christian without being part of our church? Not in those words. And before you get there, you have to go through a certain process which involves Masonic symbolism, including the key, the dove, the crown, the staff, and the Vatican structure itself, inverted like the swastika symbol. Oh! And let's not forget, what if I was to tell you that there was an Egyptian sun god that came from a female god who tricked a god with a snake in the beginning, and she was the equivalent of Eve in a spiritual sense. And this god came from that god who got his DNA mixing with a magic spell, which is the symbolic of the Holy Spirit, which created the hawk god Heru, who combined with the father Ra, which comes from the 5th dynasty, and the 5 lines on the pentagram refer to the first 5 dynasties of Egypt. What if I was to tell you that? And what if I was to tell you that I didn't just fucking pull it out of my fucking hat or anywhere else either? What do you see here? But you're about to doubt me. You were about to doubt me. There's the key. There's the crown. There's the inverted Vatican. It's not straight up and down. See, this is straight up and down. This is to the side. Just like the fucking swastika symbol. It's in motion. This is a symbol that's in motion. You can guess what kind of symbol that is. You can guess what this unfinished circle represents. And you can guess what this being in motion represents. Now, I click on the Holy See in how many different languages? 8. Including Dutch and Italian. But that's okay, because they're in Rome. Which is a free place by Italy. But any fucking way. Well, not free. It's under the Vatican rule. The Vatican rule. The Vatican rule. But Mecca. What about you said you claimed that there was a dove. That's your fucking dove, asshole. Okay, and there's the light emanating from it, radiating from it. And here is your motherfucking holy symbols as well. The list of the diplomatic corps, abuse of minors in church. Oh, we care about the minors. We care about them. See how it's the same people using the cross while they pretend to care who causing the problem, just like with the Red Cross. Now, the list of diplomatic corps, Mexico, Cuba, we go on. Now, your cocky bitch motherfucking ass was sitting there like, no, this is not the case. This is not the case. It has no connection. Shut the flying fuck up. The dove is not the hawk. I am the hawk. The dove, okay, sit down and shut the hell up now as I switch to the next part of the series. Which is what? Which is the fucking biography of the Benedict. The Benedict? The Benedict fucking Arnold? Benedictus! Ew, the Emperor of Star Wars. The Emperor Benedict. Our personal Benedict fucking Arnold. How does he do? Benedict. The Supreme Pontiffs. The Holy Father. The Holy Father. Benedict the Holy Father. So here's your staff right here, as well as other seals, just like that. The seal, the old European seal. I don't have to fucking bring how that predates Christianity, but the cross on the shield doesn't. However, that has to do with Constantine when he saw the cross in the sky, and they put the cross on. Okay, now we go to the next part, which is where I was before. Piece of shit. Now, I should have been on this fucking thing. Oh, here we go. That's why I didn't press. My bad. I apologize. I forgot to press the button in the corner. It happens to the best of us. So we go down to his biography. It was in Bavaria where he said that just that. It wouldn't be in Bavaria, Mecca. That's a conspiracy theory. What the fuck is this shit? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's right here. Right toward the bottom. Toward the bottom. His address to the Catholic Academy of Bavaria on why I am still in the church had a resonance. In it he stated, with his usual clarity, one can only be a Christian in the church, not beside the church. You have to be in our white power structure appropriately to be a Christian, I do say. Spoken like a true Roman Catholic dictator. Oh, excuse me, it's the King of Kings. Oh, he's divine. The Holy Seer, the elder of all elders, the King of Kings, the priest of priests, his Holy Majesty, Benedict. But what do we see here? What do we see here? And what do we see here? Quite strange indeed. Quite strange indeed. Mecca, you only have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to prove your point about horakhty. Good point. Good point. Horakhty, by our good friends at Tur, Egypt, who have given us such a large volume of information, unknowingly proven my point, unwittingly and quite efficiently, if I do say. Above is horakhty with Osiris, as it says right there. And what do we see here? They are sharing the staff that was used to destroy Apep. But how do we know it's horakhty, not Heru? Am I supposed to teach you every fucking thing? Huh? Look at the nuances. Now, in fact, this is your homework. How you know this is horakhty and not Heru is one of the most important nuances out there, and it is not blatant in your face. It has to do with what they are carrying, what is above their head, and what is on their head, specifically. Their whole head. And I'll leave that for you to do your research, and I will give you a little clip, a little head start in the right direction. What you would do is look up Horus, examine his images, and look up horakhty. But first, let me read you this little clip so I can finish this. So, basically, Ra was the Egyptian sun god who was also often referred to as horakhty, meaning Ra is Horus of the horizon. He's the 2 horizons, actually. I don't know why they say that. We'll probably get into it. Anyway. The reference to the god's character, the early Egyptians believed that he created the world, and the rising sun was for them the symbol of creation. Daily cycle of the sun rose that set only to rise again the next morning, symbolized renewal, and so Ra was seen as the paramount force of creation and master of life. His closest ally is Mayat, the embodiment in order and truth. Ra was also closely connected to the pharaoh's Egypt king. While the king ruled earth, Ra was the master of the universe, so they were of the same nature and were in fact a mirror image of each other. Interesting, up to the 2nd dynasty, there is an absence of references to Ra, but his development again in the late 2nd dynasty matured through the 5th dynasty. Ra became more and more associated with the king, who was both human and god at once, embodied in the falcon named Horus, and by the 4th dynasty, referred to as the son of Ra. Okay, remember, the falcon can also be the hawk, which can also be the eagle. I'll get into that later. Let me just finish this. We'll get into that next video. I'm not going to give you the horakhty in the next video. Just examine this carefully. You can see there's key differences to the Horus. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I might hint at it a little bit, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. Now, go on to maybe I should just end it at the hymn, because we got all that stuff I just showed you. I'm just going to read the hymn and end it at that. It talks about the evolution of Ra worship and the different symbols. You can go to it. It's Tour Egypt, the features, and ray.htm. Now, let me read you this right quick, and we'll wrap it up. Homage to thee, O thou who risest in the horizon as Ra. Thou restest upon law unchangeable and unalterable. Thou passest over the sky, and every face watcheth thee and thy course. For thou hast been hidden from their gaze. Thou dost show thyself at dawn and at eventide. Day by day the sectet boat wherein is the majesty goeth forth with light. Thy beams upon all faces, the of red and yellow rays, cannot be known, nor can thy bright beams be told. The lands of the gods and the lands of Punt must be seen ere that which is hidden may be measured. Alone in thyself thou dost manifest thyself when thou comest into being above new. May I advance even as thou dost advance. May I never cease to go forward as thou never ceasest to go forward. Even though it be for a moment, for which strides thou dost in one little moment pass over the spaces which would need millions and millions of years. Thou dost, and then thou dost sink to rest. Thou puttest an end to the hours of the night, and thou dost count them, even thou. Thou endest them in thine own appointed season, and the earth becometh light. Thou settest thyself before thy handiwork in the likeness of Ra. Thou risest on the horizon. So, I left out, therefore, I changed one word, and that's about it. So, that is your hymn that is on the site, and we're way over the time limit. I was going to get into a lot of this shit and all this fucking, the Phoenix and the Benny symbols as well. But we're way the hell over the limit. We got to end it right motherfucking there.